Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited about today's video, where I'll be talking about the history of Wabi Sabi, what it actually means and stands for, and in what way to incorporate this into your home. Make sure that you check out my other videos, Scandinavian Design and Minimalistic Design, for more inspiration. I'll link them in the description box so you can take a look. Joining us today is my cat Jack. I hope you guys don't mind. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Alright guys, let's get started. Wabi Sabi has roots from the very beginning from Buddha, who in India about 563 years before Christ decided to leave his palace and all materialism for human suffering. His writings later became known as Buddhism. The main thing in Buddhism is not to surround yourself with material things, which will make you unhappy in the long run, but instead find real happiness from living the real world. Originally, Wabi Sabi was used to create the ideal environment to meditate in. Today, Wabi Sabi is used to help people live more in the now by creating a calmer and more peaceful environment at home. It is a great tool to use to transform a home into a sanctuary in an overly stressful modern world. The word wabi is referred to the kind of beauty in asymmetrical or unbalanced things, which is very different in comparison from our Occidental concept of symmetry and balance. Sabi is referred to the beauty of aged things, appreciating items that comes and goes through the passage of time. To understand Wabi Sabi, you must understand Zen. Zen is a state where one does not judge and where you live a life without expectations, and where curiosity and wonder are central, and where the outcome is uncertain. I was thinking that I would give you the fundamental principles of Wabi Sabi to fully better understand it. I think it will be very beneficial to know these principles if you want to add Wabi Sabi to your home. It will just make the whole process easier and also easier to get it, if that makes sense. So, here are the principles. To live in the present, to avoid unnecessary thoughts about the past and the future. Simplicity. Your attention should be directed to the few things that really mean a lot to you. Emptiness. Space exists for new things to take place in your life. Intuition. Being able to understand without analytical or logical thinking. Incompleteness. Understanding that life is a process without a clear beginning or end. Acceptance of imperfection. Being able to adapt to changing conditions and making the best of every situation, to embrace and love people, things, and nature as it is. Asymmetry. To free oneself from making objects and lay out symmetrical or indefinite fixed patterns. Appreciation. Seeing the best in every person and everything. Silence. Free yourself from unnecessary noise, clutter, and distractions that prevent you from inner peace. Close to nature. Living close to nature, using natural materials, frees you from the constant flow of design. Humility and modesty. Being yourself without showing off and living a non-boasting life. Everything changes. Appreciating each day as a new day unlike the last, and that our world is full of changing things. Nothing is static. Now, how do you create a home with Wabi Sabi and its principles? Well, let's see what to think about if Wabi Sabi is the main focus and style that you want for your home. The first thing I want to mention is the shape of a room that can affect just as much as the things you have in the room. The idea with Wabi Sabi is that we should use forms that make us feel closer to nature, to make us be active in thought while feeling calm. We see curves, spirals, circles, and waves in nature, and therefore we also enjoy these organic forms. For example, look at the sun, the clouds, and the moon, and you will see these round shapes, which we can also find in smaller variants such as leaves and seeds. You should therefore try to use these shapes in your interior, as they will make your home feel more natural. These forms also tend to keep us interested longer. We don't get tired of these shapes as quickly as we do of square shapes. These straight lines, rectangles, and repeating patterns are too obvious to interest us. If we manage to create a room where we pay attention, it will keep us in the moment, which is the Zen state of mind that I mentioned earlier. As our rooms have many straight lines and square shapes in ceilings, walls, and floors, it is important to use round and organic shapes in furniture and decoration to create a more balanced interior. Another thing you can add is textiles that will also soften and create a cozy feeling and balance in the interior. Another important thing to think about when creating the Wabi Sabi look is to use natural materials like brick and wooden beams, for example. Many interior designers are often quick to hide brick and wood with paint, but from a Wabi Sabi point of view, it can be good to bring this out and let it become part of the decor. By adding these natural materials, you can take care of natural colors, and at the same time, you get other structures into the interior. Another example of bringing other structures into the interior is to use old doors where you don't paint them, but perhaps just scrape off the paint so that part of the paint remains. In this way, you get a much more lively surface than if you paint it evenly. When it comes to color, there are no rules regarding the use of them in Wabi Sabi. Each person must choose what makes them feel good and calm within. For a relaxed Wabi Sabi atmosphere, you should use matte colors instead of high gloss colors. Matte surfaces give a dampening effect and create a calmer atmosphere. There are also colors with extra structure too. For example, where you have added sand to the color to get a depth in the surface. There are lots of different materials that help to get more textural surfaces, and the paint with the sand is just one example. Another tip is to study different spas and their environments, as at most spas, they are incredibly careful with their choice of colors and materials, as they want to create a feeling of relaxation and calm for the customers. You can use this little tip to achieve a similar feeling that Wabi Sabi radiates. Alright guys, this is all that I have for this video. I hope that you have a good understanding now what Wabi Sabi is, what it stands for, and in what way to add this style and feeling into your home. I appreciate you all so much for watching as always. I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.